Welcome to the Castro Valley Compass, navigating your week through Castro Valley. Brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music. We bring music to life. For information about private and group music lessons, call 510-397-0721 or visit us at cvsom.com. And now, here's your host of the Castro Valley Compass, Shane Sharkey.
Coming up on this episode of the Castro Valley Compass, a comical whodunit, and some insights on how Castro Valley might begin the process of becoming an official city, and a car turned upside down on Redwood Road. All these stories coming up in our news roundup. And in our community calendar this week, we'll cover several events, including an innovation fair, a garden club's plant pop-up party, and a one-man show with one of my old KGO workmates, Brian Copeland. And this is our April edition of Chamber Chat, where I got to sit down with the Chamber of Commerce Chair, Janella Anguiano, as well as the Vice Chair, Paulette Johnson. And we'll talk about some of the events that the Chamber is putting on in the month of April to help build community and connect local businesses. And in our volunteer time segment, I'll let you know how you can get outside and join others in making our community a cleaner and greener place to live. All that and more coming up on this week's Castro Valley Compass. Stay with us.
Looking to unlock your child's creativity? Or maybe you're an adult wanting to rekindle a love for music? At Castro Valley School of Music, we've got you covered. Studies show that learning an instrument boosts brain power, improves memory, and strengthens problem-solving skills. But the real magic happens when you play together. At Castro Valley School of Music, we offer lessons for all ages and skill levels. Whether it's guitar, piano, violin, or something a little different, our talented instructors will help you grow and have fun while doing it. And our group classes and ensembles? They teach teamwork, build friendships, and give students the joy of playing alongside others. It's where music becomes more than just notes. It becomes connection. Are you ready to start your musical journey? Call Castro Valley School of Music today at 510-397-0721 or visit us at cvsom.com. That number again is 510-397-0721 or you can visit us at cvsom.com. Let's make music together.
Now back to more of the Castro Valley Compass. Brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music.
Hey, welcome to the Castro Valley Compass. I'm your host, Shane Sharkey, and we're going to get into our news roundup. And in case you don't know where to get the local news, there's the Castro Valley Forum is a great source, as well as the Castro Valley News Facebook page that Robert Souza puts on. Definitely should check out both of those if you're interested in local news here in Castro Valley, because they cover all of it. But I'd like to touch base on it was a burglary out in Lafayette at a place called Five Little Monkeys. I saw a news story on Channel 2 News a couple months back about a bunch of Legos getting stolen, expensive Legos. And it turns out there's a connection with the Crush Comics burglary that happened just earlier in March. So I'm going to read a little bit of the article here from the forum exactly on how they caught the people who allegedly did this burglary. Here we go. The story began in the early hours of March 22nd when the burglars smashed through the front window of Crush Comics on Castro Valley Boulevard. And they made off with valuable comic books, including a rare, one-of-a-kind sketch cover. Josh Hunter, owner of Crush Comics, and his manager, Cole Sanders, quickly turned to the surveillance footage for answers. And a few hours later, the team spotted one of the stolen comics posted on eBay. The unique nature of the item, a personalized sketch cover from a local artist, left no doubt it was theirs. Hunter bought the comic back, and retrieved the seller's information and handed it over to the authorities. So it doesn't pay to burglarize and then put that stuff on eBay. With the connectedness of our whole world through technology, it's going to be easy to catch you, and it looks like that's what happened here. Let's see. The fellows from the Crush Comics reached out to other shops that had also been burglarized, including a comic store in San Lorenzo and a toy shop in San Ramon, discovering that many stolen items were listed on the same eBay account. The amateur investigation proved spot on. On Thursday, March 27th, Alameda County Sheriff's deputies executed a search warrant at the Livermore home of a 29-year-old fella. I'll leave his name out of this because I can't pronounce it. Inside, officers recovered items worth tens of thousands of dollars, including rare comic books, action figures, and nearly 200 boxes of Legos. And many items have since been returned to their rightful owners. So happy ending there to not such a great situation here of a burglary here in Castro Valley. But sure, I'm glad that they caught the guy, or allegedly. They caught the guy, but allegedly he did the burglaries, and hopefully justice will be served. Another story that I wanted to touch on here, there's been a discussion ever since I moved to Castro Valley over 20 years ago on whether or not Castro Valley should become a city. It's currently an unincorporated area of Alameda County, and some of the pushback in the efforts to become a city involve the expense of things like making City Hall, creating a governing body, having our own services. And there was an interesting article in the forum that involved a speech that a woman who's got some experience in city development and city planning gave. And it turns out that a lot of times when an unincorporated area becomes a city, they contract services like, well, let me just read a little bit of this for you. If Castro Valley becomes a city one day, it will likely begin by contracting out its public safety and other key services. So instead of going through the expense of creating these, one of the options is to contract out these services. Linda Smith, the city manager of Orinda, delivered that message at a community meeting at the Castro Valley Library a couple weeks ago, and the series is sponsored by Castro Valley City, Inc., a group of locals who feel cityhood is a better alternative than being unincorporated. So if you're interested in checking that out, I would encourage you to go check out the website for Castro Valley City. I believe it's castrovalleycity.com. And there's all kinds of info there where they'll be having other speakers come in and talk about what it would take to become a city, and expenses, the pros and cons of actually going through that process. But if you're interested in checking that out, I would say go to their website. There's interesting information there. And we had quite the spectacle on Redwood Road on April 8th. And at the Castro Valley News page on Facebook, Robert's got a photo of this car that's upside down. Looks like Redwood Road was shut down in all lanes in front of Trader Joe's southbound due to a traffic collision involving an overturned car in the roadway. According to the CHP call log, a third vehicle involved fled the scene. So if you happen to have been around the area at that time and saw that accident, the CHP is asking you to call so that you can give them some information. The CHP number is 510-489-1500. And it's quite a photo. If you check it out on Castro Valley News on Facebook, go to the Castro Valley News page. Robert does such a great job of bringing us the local news in real time. So we should slow down out there, even if you are in a hurry to get that new Trader Joe's tote bag. All right, well, that's going to do it for our news roundup this week. Coming up next, I'll give you the community calendar, where you can get outside and enjoy some of the great happenings here in Castro Valley and the surrounding areas. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Looking to unlock your child's creativity? Or maybe you're an adult wanting to rekindle a love for music. At Castro Valley School of Music, we've got you covered. Studies show that learning an instrument boosts brain power, improves memory, and strengthens problem-solving skills. But the real magic happens when you play together. At Castro Valley School of Music, we offer lessons for all ages and skill levels, whether it's guitar, piano, violin, or something a little different. Our talented instructors will help you grow and have fun while doing it. And our group classes and ensembles, they teach teamwork, build friendships, and give students the joy of playing alongside others. It's where music becomes more than just notes. it becomes connection. Are you ready to start your musical journey? Call Castro Valley School of Music today at 510-397-0721 or visit us at cvsom.com. That number again is 510-397-0721, or you can visit us at cvsom.com. Let's make music together.
Now back to more of the Castro Valley Compass. Brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music.
Hi, welcome back to the Castro Valley Compass. I'm your host, Shane Sharkey, and we're going to get into the community calendar, where I'll tell you about some events that are coming up where you can get outside and enjoy the wonderful things happening in our community. All right, now there's several events coming up this Saturday, the 12th, including the Tri-Valley Innovation Fair. Get inspired about science and technology at this free event at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Over 80 exhibitors with hands-on activities for ages 5 and up. Themed areas dedicated to environmental sciences and healthcare and life sciences, plus the ever-popular robotics demonstrations, and more. The 7th Annual Tri-Valley Innovation Fair is presented by Quest Science Center and runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. this Saturday, April 12th. For more information, you can go to quest-science.org. Also coming up on the 12th, we've got Eden Garden Club's Plant Pop-Up Sale. Eden Garden Club is holding a plant sale at Books on Bee from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday, April 12th, featuring a variety of garden plants and homemade treats. Proceeds benefit school garden grants awarded to Castro Valley and Hayward schools. For more information, you can call 510-881-1794. And, here's an important one, the Earthquake Safety and Preparedness event. That's coming up also on April 12th. A lot of things happening on Saturday. April is Earthquake Preparedness Month, a time to focus on earthquake safety and preparedness and take the steps to stay safe during an earthquake. Learn the steps to take before, during, and after an earthquake this Saturday, April 12th from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. at the Castro Valley Library. Bring your family and friends, and let's build a safer community together. Presented by Jeff Arith, Jeff Arith, Emergency Management Coordinator at the San Francisco Airport. This is a free event sponsored by the Castro Valley Library and the Earthquake County Alliance. Register to attend at aclibrary.org. And Brian Copeland actually used to do a radio show at KGO, and I was an engineer at KGO, and I got to sit in and push the buttons while Brian was doing his show a few different times. He's a great guy to work with and really great performer. I've seen a couple of his shows, including one at the Castro Valley Performance Center. I'm forgetting the exact name of it now, here right by the high school. He did a stand-up show there a few years back, and really funny comedian, and he's got a few one-man shows that are really worth checking out, including this one coming up April 12th, again on Saturday, called Grandma and Me. Don't miss Brian Copeland's Grandma and Me, an ode to single parenthood, Saturday, April 12th at 7 p.m. at Chanticleer's Playhouse, Castro Valley's Little Theater in the Park. If you haven't checked out Chanticleer's, it's kind of a hidden gem here in Castro Valley. It's right next to the community center off of Lake Chabot Road. The official address is 3683 Quail Avenue. All tickets can be purchased at www.chanticleers.org or by calling 510-SEE-LIVE, and that's SEELIVE. Let me spell Chanticleers for you. It's CHANTICLEERS, chanticleers.org for tickets. And let's see, coming up next Tuesday on April 15th, the Castro Valley Rotary Club Evening Mixer. Join the Castro Valley Rotary Club for an evening of networking and camaraderie at Twining Vines, I'm not sure how you say that. That's at 16851 Coal Canyon Road in Castro Valley. That's Tuesday, April 15th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. This is a fantastic opportunity to connect with fellow Rotarians, business professionals, and community members while learning more about the Castro Valley Rotary Club and their mission to serve. And there's also a couple other events. There's a speaker that's coming to the Castro Valley Arts Center next Wednesday. And apparently this guy knew the gentleman that the Mission Impossible series was based on, a real live person. Let's see, I'll just tell you, it's Tom Lorenzen. He's going to be the third speaker in the speaker series. That's Wednesday, April 16th in the exhibition room at the Castro Valley Center for the Arts. That's what I was looking for, the Castro Valley Center for the Arts. That's at 19501 Redwood Road over there near the high school. He'll be discussing Mission Impossible, the man behind the story. There's more about that in the Castro Valley Forum, but if you're interested, again, that's next Wednesday, April 16th. Let's see where we get tickets for that. I'm sure you just go to their website. Oh, here we go. For tickets, you can go to cvartsfoundation.org or call 510-889-8961. There's free parking and handicap accessibility. And we're getting close to Easter. There's a few Easter events coming up, too, that you might want to check out, especially if you've got little ones. Let's see, Sunday, April 13th from noon to 2 at the Castro Valley Moose Lodge. There's family fun with, looks like egg decorating, and who knows, maybe you can get a picture with the Easter Bunny. And here's an annual egg extravaganza in San Lorenzo. Let's see, this is going to be, where is this? At San Lorenzo Little League Park at 1062 Grant Avenue in San Lorenzo. Here you can take a free picture with the Easter Bunny. You can hunt for Easter eggs for children under 17, and there's pop-up vendors, food, jewelry, hats, shirts, and more. And there's another egg extravaganza. Sounds like a popular pun. This one is at the Meek Estate Park in Cherryland. 240 Hampton Road. That's Saturday, April 12th. Another event coming up here on Saturday, April 12th. This one's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., rain or shine. And there's going to be egg hunts. There'll be music. There's photos with the Easter Bunny. That Easter Bunny's going to be getting around. And all kinds of fun stuff. So again, that's going to be Saturday, April 12th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 240 Hampton Road in Cherryland at the Meek Estate Park. And that's going to do it for our community calendar. Coming up next, we'll visit a conversation I had with the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce Chair and Vice Chair, and you'll want to stick around for that, so we'll be right back.
Looking to unlock your child's creativity? Or maybe you're an adult wanting to rekindle a love for music. At Castro Valley School of Music, we've got you covered. Studies show that learning an instrument boosts brain power, improves memory, and strengthens problem-solving skills. But the real magic happens when you play together. At Castro Valley School of Music, we offer lessons for all ages and skill levels, whether it's guitar, piano, violin, or something a little different. Our talented instructors will help you grow and have fun while doing it. And our group classes and ensembles? They teach teamwork, build friendships, and give students the joy of playing alongside others. It's where music becomes more than just notes. It becomes connection. Are you ready to start your musical journey? Call Castro Valley School of Music today at 510-397-0721 or visit us at cvsom.com. That number again is 510-397-0721, or you can visit us at cvsom.com. Let's make music together.
Now back to more of the Castro Valley Compass, brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music.
Hey, welcome back to the Castro Valley Compass. I'm your host, Shane Sharkey, and it's time for this month's installment of Chamber Chat, where I got to sit down with the Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber of Commerce Chair, Janella Anguiano, and this week she's joined by Paulette Johnson, the Vice Chair. And we had a lively discussion about all kinds of things, so here we go. Enjoy. All right, well, it's so exciting to have you guys in here, Paulette Johnson and Janella Anguiano. Thank you so much for coming in the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Well, so just to get started, Paulette, what is your position at the chamber?
I'm vice chair.
Vice chair, what does that mean?
I handle all the vice.
Oh, you do? Oh, wow.
No, not really.
She gives great advice.
Advice, yeah. No, I support my chair and make things happen that she needs to have happen, and I'm involved in a lot of different of the subcommittees.
She is our mixer extraordinaire. If you haven't been to our mixers yet, you'll see that they have been booming.
Yep.
So she coordinates those things, and it's amazing.
Excellent. That's a huge part of what the Chamber does, these monthly mixers, and it's just really great to see the Chamber growing and people taking part in the mixers.
Yeah, our attendance went from about 30 to 40 to about 50 to 80. Wow. So we've really grown in our mixers, and just our community involvement is just blown up. So.
Well, that's great. And that's really, I mean, part of the value of being in the Chamber is to be able to go to these mixers and to meet the other people that are doing business here locally in Castro Valley and the Eden area. And it's kind of amazing how many different creative people there are doing some really interesting stuff. And
definitely.
You're getting more and more businesses joining all the time, and I know you're getting the numbers up there. I think, what did you say your goal was for this year? Was it 500?
500.
500,
yeah.
Excellent.
So anybody out there listening, if you want to become a Chamber member, it's the place to be.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Speaking of members, we have a lot of sponsors that are also helping out. Do you want to let us know about that?
We do, yeah. We can definitely get into that, but I also do want to go back to why we got Miss Paulette on our board.
Absolutely.
And then also just why she's so fabulous.
Definitely.
Because this is, Chamber Chat with the Chair to meet our board and see who they are and what they do in our community, not just for the Chamber, but who they are, period.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get on with our sponsors really quickly. First of all, the Chamber wouldn't be who we are without our wonderful sponsors. So thank you for our sponsors, and our sponsors are also our members.
Yep.
So we have levels Diamond, Gold, and Silver. So our Diamond sponsors are the Castro Valley Sanitary District, if you want to hold that up to the camera. The Castro Valley Sanitary District, Sutter Health and Eden Hospital, Kaiser Permanente, Supervisor Nate Miley, Alameda County Economic and Civic Development. Those are our Diamond sponsors. We have our Platinum sponsors, Hayward Area Recreational and Parks District. We love them. They just had their 80th anniversary. Yeah, so
wow.
That's pretty cool. And our gold sponsors, Total Industries, Traffic Management Incorporated, Assemblymember Liz Ortega, Classy Canines Wiggle Rump, Pet Grooming and Retail, Pacific Home Decor, Master Health, Joe Malikoff, Mandela Partners. And those are our gold sponsors. Our silver sponsors are Prana Yoga, Sontag Framing, AC Transit, Todd England, State Farm, good old Todd England. That's what my son says all the time. Modern Woodman Herman Yang, he's an ambassador. He's one of our ambassador chairs. Janella Anguiano, Century 21 Masters.
Hey.
That's me. And Canyon Barbecue, Julie Samiki, State Farm. She is one of our past presidents for the or past chairs for the Chamber. Dave Wilhite, Intero Real Estate. How do you say that one?
Umpiqua.
Umpqua Bake Home Lending, Woodrow Wood School, Adams and Morris, East Bay Mud, and KO websites. And those are our silver sponsors. We have diamond sponsors, Castro Valley Sanitary District. Oh, is that where we started?
Yep.
We're back already. Well, those are our amazing sponsors.
I support her.
She does support me. Thought I was onto another page, but our sponsors are amazing. So
definitely.
We have absolutely showcase them at all of our events that we have. We put them on banners or at the Fall Festival, Fan Festival, you name it. They get a lot of visibility.
That's
so
great.
It's pretty cool.
Just another reason to support the Chamber and become a member and possibly become a sponsor.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
yeah,
great.
we love our sponsors.
Well, let's get back to Paulette. It's kind of funny because I met you, Paulette, a long, long time ago when your son Cole was taking drum lessons at the music school. And so it's been I think I was probably, 12 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago. And I saw Cole not too long ago. He's a big boy now.
He is getting ready to graduate.
We breed them big.
Yeah.
Both of our boys are big.
Yeah.
Well, it's so cool to have been knowing you for all this time and now to be able to sit down here in the Chamber chat and talk about how you're involved with the Chamber. I'd love to hear more about, how I hear that she was recruited to become
Okay, first I just want to say real estate. That's first how I met her. And I actually didn't meet her in person. I met her over the phone back. How long ago were you at Intero?
It was probably 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago.
Probably 6 years ago, I talked to this beautiful woman on the phone. Didn't even know she was beautiful, but her spirit, she was so amazing. I called her on a property that I don't really do a lot of the land and rural and out there. And so she was coaching me without even knowing me, and just her energy was so amazing. And I'm like, who is this woman who is just so nice? Cut 2 years later, we're on the same board together for the Central County Marketing Group. And we work together, and she's just the most giving, helpful, happy person. And so when I became the chair, I was told, hey, you need to focus on picking your board and building your board. Who do you want on your board? And it was like, Paulette. And so when I asked her, she wears so many hats. She does so much. And I just said, Paulette, would you be interested in being on the chamber board? And she went, ooh, I've always wanted to be part of the chamber. And so it was like, yes. And now you can tell your story.
Yeah. So I think I was aware of the chamber when I was working at Dave Wilhite's office, but it wasn't super visible, right? It wasn't a very visible thing in my community world. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, the chamber just like blossomed, right? It became very visible in the community, and they were asking for volunteers. And so Ross and I, my husband and I, were like, we love being part of the community, and so we started volunteering, and it kind of evolved into that. So I love being on the chamber. I love being part of what happens in Castro Valley. It's important.
Definitely.
A lot of that was Todd. Todd kind of took over the chamber, and he, he handpicked people that he really focused on their skill and was like, you're going to do this and you're going to make this fantastic, and just brought good out of everybody and then made everyone excited about what we were doing. And
he made it open, though, right? He made it so that you felt like you could be part of it. It wasn't a closed-off group. Not to throw shade at anybody before, but it definitely felt welcoming, where I hadn't felt that before. So.
Well, you talk about how generous and how beautiful Paulette's spirit is, and I just have to, definitely agree with you, because not only have you been a big supporter of the Castro Valley School of Music, I mean, I recall a couple years ago you donated a clavinova to us, and we're still using that. It's been a really big help, and we're, able to teach more kids because of that donation. So I want to just say thank you again for that. I mean, that's just
kind of cool.
Another example of how generous Paulette is to supporting local businesses. And there's something that you and your husband do that I've seen online. I forget what it's
called. The Cash
Mob? Yes.
Castro Valley Cash Mob.
That's kind of cool.
Tell us about that a little bit, please.
The Cash Mob started during the pandemic, when the restaurants started opening up and having their restrictions and all of that. And we eat out a lot, and we could see that
they support local a lot.
That's right.
We do. We could see that they were struggling so much, and so it started out where we would post on, I think it was Eden Area Eats.
Yep.
And we'd say, okay, we're going to be here from 7 to 8 or 6 to 8. If you come in and say, Paulette and Ross, I want dinner, we'll buy your dinner. And
it was the first person to come in, right? Not all 25 people that walk in.
No, we would have. If 25 people would have walked in, we would have done it, because it was important.
That's
and
so
I think
sweet.
our first cash mob was at Top Tie.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and we did. So we've done 14 cash mobs over the years. And it got so popular that we had businesses asking us to do cash mobs, not understanding that we actually put our own money into it. We didn't ask anything of the business.
Yeah.
And we didn't want it to impact them other than putting the money in and having patrons. And so it's we partnered with Castro Valley News for a couple of them so that we could offer more gift certificates.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a super important, and we'll continue that. Sometimes we play Spot the Bug for the real estate, catch the real estate bug. That's part of the cash mob, but yeah, we like it a lot.
That is incredibly generous. Talking about putting your money where your mouth is, I mean, that is just so awesome that you would support our local businesses, our local eateries, and I'm sure everybody appreciates that. And not only does it help for that one time, but I'm sure it introduces people to maybe a restaurant they didn't know before, had never eaten there, and get to experience a tasty treat, and then hopefully come back many, many more times.
It's important for our businesses to thrive, because when other businesses see that, they want to come to Castro Valley. Mm-hmm. So it's important, and I want to be part of that.
Well, and how cool to come full circle to now be part of the chamber that supports all the local businesses and be a familiar face for the chamber and the businesses, and to go around and, I mean, it's just, Paulette.
It's like I see a little halo over your head.
Oh, yeah.
Real estate bug.
Tell us a little bit about your business, Paulette. I've always seen your barefoot videos and the Spot the Bug.
Yeah, that's a whole other faction. So I became a realtor in 2016. I started working in a real estate office in 2015. I retired from orthodontics. I was a software consultant for an orthodontic software company. And I kind of seem to gravitate towards elderly people that need to move from their home to assisted living or whatever. And also, I love first-time home buyers. So I'm just kind of organically growing my business through being part of the community.
Yeah.
And what is the barefoot angle? I love that.
So I, for a long time, like I said, worked for a software company, and I wear suits and high heels. And oh my gosh, if you could see me now, I'm in flats and, T-shirts. And I was so grateful to be able to do open houses and not wear shoes.
A lot of people want to take your shoes off when you go into their home,
Yeah.
or
Sure.
you just take your shoes off, or you put booties on.
Yeah, so if I have the chance to be barefoot, I'm going to be. And so it just kind of evolved into that. And I think I did that before Ross coined the phrase, catch the real estate bug. And so barefoot stuck with part of it, and then we have the whole other catch the real estate bug. So
And is there, I believe, a VW Bug involved here?
there is. I have a 69 Volkswagen Beetle,
Okay.
and we bought it during the pandemic. And my husband would put it out in front of my open houses and put my open house sign on top. And so everybody has a Volkswagen story. Everybody has a Beetle story. So it's just people recognize it before they recognize me.
It's cool. And one of my girlfriends sent me her barefoot video, and she goes, "Who are these toes stepping on your territory?" And I said, "Oh, no, we don't talk bad about Paulette.
Right.
We love Paulette." And she goes, "Oh, okay."
That's what I love about the chamber, and I mean, you guys are a great example of that. It's not like there's competition trying to outdo one another. It's like a camaraderie, and it's a
big time.
community building, and that's such a beautiful part of Castro Valley in general, but specifically the chamber. I mean.
Oh, yeah. We support each other. We support local. We want to see everyone thrive. I think Maggie even posted something today about, I love referrals and I love to give referrals. I can reach out to her at any time for any type of referral. And she goes, "Let me check my book of business." And she'll come back with a ton of people for whatever topic I need.
We support each other because we all want the same goal.
Yep. And when other people win, we all win together.
Absolutely.
That's just a kind of a momentum building. That's what I love about Castro Valley. Has it's like a small town kind of vibe right here in the middle of the Bay Area, and such a hub of the world. But then we got our own little thing going on here in Castro Valley.
That's our Wi-Fi password at Century 21. It's "Together we win."
Really? All right. Well, now you have to change it. No.
No, it's fine. I left out the number that goes with it.
Okay, good,
But
yeah.
it is "Together we win" something.
That's great. Well, what about the upcoming events for the Chamber? What do we have on board that we need to let people know about?
This month, April 17th, we have the Student Citizens Award, and that's at the golf course. It's always such a fun event.
Redwood Canyon
Golf Course, yes.
And I remember we talked a little bit about that last time, but maybe you can remind our listeners, our viewers, what is that about?
So all the schools in the area get involved, San Lorenzo District, Hayward, Castro Valley. So they come, they get together, and they award a student. So they put in a story about why they feel like they should win.
Okay.
And so we pick from there, and then they come and get their award. They bring their parent, a principal, a teacher, someone from the school represents, and then we have a lot of sponsors that sponsor the tables. So a half table is $300 and a full table is $600. So there's still time to sponsor if you want to. But they come have lunch, and it's just we have a guest speaker, and they all come up in their little cute faces. So this year, as the chair, Todd said, this is probably going to be your favorite part of being the chamber chair, is standing up there and seeing all the kids with their faces just beaming, ready to take a photo with you. So that's going to be a fun day.
That's great. And remind us, it's April 17th. And what time does that start?
Ooh, noon?
Noon? Okay. Well, check
I don't know.
the website.
I'll just be there. It's in my calendar, yeah.
Sure. Well, that's great. And then part of what I love about the music school is seeing these kids growing and learning and becoming a part of the community. And I can only imagine that's just another example of how we're helping each other, especially the young people coming up who are interested in becoming.
Oh, yeah. And then it makes them aware of the chamber, too, and what we are. So when they're ready to start their business, they know to come to the chamber.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
And just having that resource.
That seat. Oh, yeah.
Learning about that resource and the community that's involved in there. I mean, it's. I would imagine it would make kids or young people, I should say, more inclined to want to try to start their own business, and realizing that there's a huge support system for them, and it's not like you have to do everything all by yourself and figure it all out. That's, there's people who have the experience that can help with virtually every aspect of starting and running a business. So it's a really valuable resource here at the chair. What about, we talked before about how people would go about joining the chair, and I think they just reach out
Joining
to you.
the chamber?
Or excuse me, joining the chamber, yes.
Anyone on the board. They can go to our website, www.edenchamber.
Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber.
Thank you.
And Eden Area Chamber or Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber.com.
There you go.
And you can go there, and all the sign up is there. You can.
It's easy. Pricing is there.
Pricing is there. We offer payment plans, so you don't have to come up with everything all at once. We offer discounts, based on your business. But you can talk to any one of us. We're all very approachable. So
Yep, definitely.
and happy to help.
That's great. What else is there? Is there anything else coming up?
Can we give a plug for another thing that we do
Absolutely,
together?
yes.
So it's the Central County Marketing Group, and so that's every Wednesday at the Moose Lodge, which the Moose Lodge is a chamber member. I'm a chamber member. She's a chamber member. So it is technically talking about the chamber, but really with our real estate hats. But that's every single Wednesday at the Moose Lodge for any type of business. And there we can talk to them when they come in if you want to be on sponsor there, because you're in front of 60 to 80?
At minimum. And we've been averaging about 75.
Yeah.
So that's not just real estate focused, it's for any
We have
business?
title, we have lenders, we have painters, we have plumbers, we have...
It's real estate and affiliates.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that would be involved in, selling a home, getting it ready.
Termite, roof.
Yeah. Anything like that.
Video.
And I'm actually the speaker coordinator for there, so I get all the content to come in, and then Janelle and I work on the Real Talk, which is the first Wednesday of every month. And it's a pretty cool meeting. We get lots of interesting topics, and we have a lot of very interesting people that attend. So, yeah, it's a really fun group, too.
It is.
That's great.
We don't do anything that's not fun or inviting or cool or super fun. And
I believe it. It's funny because just the aspect of networking, it's so important, and it's interesting looking back as I've gone through my businesses. I realized that one of the big events that sort of shifted things is I was asked to sit in on a network business meeting because my business coach at the time couldn't make it, and he had to provide someone else. So he invited me to sit in and take his place, and it was new for me. This was, probably 15 years ago in Hayward. We went to a Denny's or something like that, and everybody at the table got to express one need that they had, and there was a realtor there named Phil Hunt. And he said,
I have this, he's a fun guy.
I have this building, and I'm trying to rent it. It's over on Lake Chabot. And at the time, I had Big Toe Audio in a little tiny place in Hayward. And I went and talked to Phil afterwards, and he said, the landlords really want to get someone in there. They want 3 months free rent. They want to, fill this space. And that literally put me on this trajectory of
cool.
Being in, I would say, a more official location, and it is all about location.
Oh, yeah.
So to be able to have this spot where I was doing radio production and that sort of thing, and we decided, what if I was a volunteer music teacher at the time for my kids when they were elementary school, and I had a lot of parents asking me, where can we go for voice lessons or guitar lessons? And I was like, oh, geez, there's, ABC is great. But, I just had so many people asking, I thought, well, maybe I should try to get some teachers together here. And it was because of that networking meeting where I met Phil that I had the location that was big enough and would be able to handle starting to teach music lessons. And then it's just grown from there. So I can literally trace it back to that networking. It's how important that is, these people that you meet in these, in these meetings that are casual and just, laid back, but getting to know the people in your community that have the connections and, expressing what you need as a business owner. I mean, it's just so valuable.
Absolutely. Well said. I mean, that's so perfect. Definitely.
You just never know who you're going to meet and what you're going to take out of it, but you're going to always take away something, always. So
I would definitely encourage people to look into joining the chamber. I mean, it's such a great organization, and there's so many friendly people, and it's you'd be amazed at how much you can learn and how much you can grow as being part of this community. So thank you guys for doing
Oh,
that.
thank you. Hey, before we go, we can plug our unincorporated. They just had their 1-year anniversary of brick and mortar.
That's right. Yes, we should talk about that.
Congrats, unincorporated.
Yeah, I actually probably own every single T-shirt he sells.
Yeah.
He'll tell you that. I'm his number one T-shirt purchaser because I really like to wear T-shirts.
Because they're so soft.
Oh,
and
gosh.
they're so comfy.
Yes.
And they're just so wearable.
And he is such a great human.
Remind me his name?
Mason.
Mason. Okay.
And his store is so inviting, but you just want to support him. So I love that store, and I love Mason, and I hope everything.
It's pricey, but it's worth it. I mean, you're going to look at the quality and go, okay, this
I get
is
it.
why.
Yeah, and it's very, very centrally Castro Valley focused. I mean, I love the
Yeah, I love when they
dragons.
replaced. I didn't notice till some point. They put the chicken instead of the other, the
that's
dragon that
right.
pops out. And then my husband said, you need to go take a picture in front of it with your shirt on. I said, oh, that'd be cute.
Well, that's a good idea. I'm sure you guys have probably heard the story about the bank safe that's underneath that.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I just read
Yes.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so many stories about the history of Castro Valley and
So
being able to
crazy.
learn about the transitions from being a chicken ranch
Right.
community that just grew and grew and to where we are now, and we're still growing. I mean, there's a lot of modernization going on with the marketplace and the buildings around that, and it's just I love being in Castro Valley.
I
and,
love seeing what's happening here.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And it's going to continue. We're going to make sure it continues.
Yeah.
We're working with the county on economic development in the area, and it's just we're pushing for Castro Valley to be a destination, not a drive-through.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, with Danville Bowl closing and what they're doing with Castro Valley Bowl,
Yes.
it's going to be great. Having that new restaurant there, opening it up, changing out the facade, it's just going to be beautiful.
Yep,
Can't
yep.
wait to see that actually come to fruition.
I went to the Castro Valley Bowl not long ago, and I got an 80.
All right.
I'm not a very good bowler, but it sure was fun.
But
I love
it's
that place.
fun.
Yeah. It's funny because I was in the middle of my game, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to look. I looked up on YouTube how to bowl a strike every time, and I got this new way to hold the ball, and it didn't really
You
work
got to
every
spin it
time.
on the side and get it to the, yeah.
Exactly, but now it's funny because all I get is these videos about bowling on my own. I'm not really.
Maybe you'll be a pro next time.
Exactly. It's funny how many different ways that people approach just
My
how to hold the
stepdad
ball.
was a
and throw
pro
the ball.
bowler. He has a whole 2 hands of 300 bowl rings.
Wow.
We used to travel bowl. I have my own bowling ball with my name on it. So
That's cool.
I'm not the best bowler either, but I could bowl.
Well, that's one of the things that we're looking to do at the school is start to get some more social activities. And I think what we're going to do is have a teachers versus students bowling match sometime to where we can just get out there. One of the things I did early on out of college, I've always been a big radio fan, and that's sort of why I got into the whole production thing. But we did. It was when I lived in Fresno. There was a contest they put on the radio that was the listeners versus the DJs, and so we went to this event. It was just so much fun. I mean, to
that
meet the
sounds
DJs,
cool.
the people that you listen to, you're like, wow, I didn't know you looked like that. It's always interesting to see people
That
after
is
you've
pretty
heard
cool.
them for a
Behind
while.
the scenes, yeah.
Exactly. So definitely a plug for Castro Valley Bowl. If you haven't been there, check it out.
Yeah, super fun. So when you were a kid, did you practice a radio voice?
You know what? It's funny looking back. I had so many things that drew me or that I could trace back. I used to ride around on my bike when I lived down in Southern California, and I'd put a little transistor radio on my handlebars. I can't remember how I fixed it to that, but I used to listen to KFI, and I always thought the guy doing the traffic sounded so cool. KFI in the sky, And so but I did have, I would do my own mixtapes where I would announce the songs and be the DJ coming up
cool.
and stuff, and even taking a friend of mine and I did this silly performance down in Fresno City College where we danced to multiple different songs, and I had these, the double cassette deck, and I was recording and putting these mixes together
So
and
fun.
stuff.
That's
And this was way before I was in radio production. But looking back, it's so interesting because it was that was a very clear path.
Yeah. You knew early on.
Well, it's funny because I listened to the radio so much, and I would always like to call in to try to win prizes. And
So cool.
Called in one time. I won a record or something like that, and the guy said, "Shane Sharkey, wow, that's a name. That's a disc jockey name. You should be a disc jockey." And I was
I
like,
love it.
Huh, that sounds interesting. And so it's
That
funny.
is a pretty cool name, though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
And I do have one really, my favorite story of being, drawn towards radio was in high school. One of our assignments, I think it was for an English class, we had to write letters to two professionals that we might be interested in going into their businesses. And so I wrote to this guy named Red Noise, who was was a DJ on Kilo 94 in Colorado Springs. And I think I also wrote a letter to a lawyer. I'm not sure why I picked that, but anyway, the DJ, Red Noise, called my mom, did an interview with her without my knowing, and said, "Are you sure you want your son to be a disc jockey?" And my mom is a total mom. "Oh, he can do anything he wants." And so I didn't know they did this interview. And then, I'm getting ready to go to school on a weekday morning, and my brother's driving us. We do this carpool, and I'm always running late, and I'm rushing out the door. And my mom's saying, "No, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet." And I'm like, "Mom, we got to get to school." And she's like, "Okay, I got to tell you, Red Noise is about to call you, and he's going to do an interview. This is at like drive time, so." As all my friends and people I know are driving to school, I'm being interviewed on the radio by Red Noise, and he's saying, "Well, you gotta answer these questions." And he asked me things like, "Do you like to wear jeans every day?" I said, "Yes, absolutely." And, a series of questions. "Do you like to wash cars?" I'm like, "So these are things you have to do as a disc jockey." So it's just so funny. I got to school and he gave me a nickname. He said, "You got to get rid of that name, Shane Sharkey. It needs to be Shotgun Sharkey." And so, I got to school and all these people are calling me Shotgun. I'm like, oh God. But it was
so cool, though.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
I like that story.
I wish I could find the cassette, because I actually recorded it, while it was live on the radio, and I don't know where the heck that cassette went.
One day you'll find it.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, anyway, it's just funny looking back at all the little steps and bringing it back to the chamber. I mean, that's really a great place to meet people who are in a variety of different industries.
Totally.
And you can get help.
See what you did there?
Yep.
Brought it back to the chamber. We'd love to hear about you, though. That was really cool.
Well, this is the chamber chat. I want to make sure we bring it back. But yeah, it's just funny looking back at as I'm getting older and seeing all the people that kind of helped guide that direction, or push me in different ways helpfully, and inspiring me to do what I'm doing now. And all of it leads to the present time of having a radio production company and the music school. So
yeah, thank you for having us. This is pretty cool. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun.
Definitely. Now, before we finish up, is there anything else that you want to plug for the chamber? Anything that you guys are doing?
Our next mixer is going to be at Carpet One Direct Sales, and it's it's with the Rotary and Direct One, Dan Willits. And honestly, I can't think of the date at the moment. But
April
it's
27th.
April 27th. Janella's got it.
Is it 26th or 20? It's 27th, right? Yeah. It's the fourth Thursday of every month. All our mixers are the fourth Thursday. I'm supposed to be going to Disneyland, but I'm going to put it off so I can make it to the mixer.
It'll be a good one.
I know. I'm like, my sister's like, "Are you sure you want to go to the mixer and not leave for Disneyland?" I'm like, I love our mixers, so yeah, I'll drive at 3 a.m. and I'll meet you there.
Yeah, I was inundated at our last mixer with people saying, "Okay, how do I get into a mixer? How do I become a host? How do I help a host?" So yeah, come see me.
We'll do dual mixers. We might have to collaborate and have
joint mixers.
Mixers. There you go.
And then we're also going to have at the Adobe Center. We're going to have a vendor. Chamber vendor fair. So our members will be able to set up tables and
indoor, outdoor, just a fun.
So it'll be during the summertime when it's nice enough out.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
They're all fun, but
kind of reminds me of the fall festival where we got all the booths set up, and maybe be another chance for people to learn about businesses that maybe they didn't know about already.
Totally.
Yeah, and we have FanFest coming up as well, and it's going to be at Zocalo Park. Yeah. But I don't know the date of that either. So
where's that?
That's in Ashland.
Oh, Ashland. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a mini fall fest for the Ashland area, and we're trying a new format, a little bit different, but I think it's going to be very successful, and we're very excited about it.
Cool. Well, I'm sure all that will be on the website.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Everything. All
check that. Yeah. Remind us again what the website is, Paulette.
It's EdenAreaChamber.com. Nobody needs the www anymore, right? Everybody knows that. World Wide Web. But or you can Castro Valley Eden Area Chamber. Either one works.
That's great. Well, definitely encourage people to check out the website and learn about those dates and get involved. I mean, this is what building community is all about.
That's why I always get confused, because I want to say Castro Valley, but I just know it as EdenAreaChamber.com. Like, that's it. It's just EdenAreaChamber.com, but I always want to say the Castro Valley in front of it, but I didn't know it's both.
I think it's both. I think that it forwards. So, cool. I don't know which one hosts, but...
You know where to find us.
That's right. Google.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
There
Cool.
you go.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. It's been a
Thank
great
you for
conversation.
having me.
This was fun.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see you guys out in the community at the next mixer and all these other events. So support local Castro Valley and Eden area businesses.
That's right.
That's right.
Excellent.
Together we thrive.
Absolutely. I love it. Together we thrive.
Thank you again for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming in. Look forward to next month with another
That's
chat
right.
with the
It
chamber.
might even be our staff. I think I might bring our staff in, so I don't know if we can share 2 mics.
Sure, we can put up a couple more microphones.
Yeah,
We've got
because
the-
Vanna, our membership director, she's dying to get on
that
to
right?
let people know. She wants to help with our goal of 500. So
Great.
she's just like, anyone out there? She's going to be shouting out to all the businesses.
And she's super shy.
I don't believe you.
No.
So that should be a fun one.
Yeah, it
So,
should be
yeah.
super fun.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to that too.
Happy April, everyone. Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Looking to unlock your child's creativity? Or maybe you're an adult wanting to rekindle a love for music. At Castro Valley School of Music, we've got you covered. Studies show that learning an instrument boosts brain power, improves memory, and strengthens problem-solving skills. But the real magic happens when you play together. At Castro Valley School of Music, we offer lessons for all ages and skill levels, whether it's guitar, piano, violin, or something a little different. Our talented instructors will help you grow and have fun while doing it. And our group classes and ensembles, they teach teamwork, build friendships, and give students the joy of playing alongside others. It's where music becomes more than just notes. It becomes connection. Are you ready to start your musical journey? Call Castro Valley School of Music today at 510-397-0721 or visit us at cvsom.com. That number again is 510-397-0721 or you can visit us at cvsom.com. Let's make music together.
Now back to more of the Castro Valley Compass. Brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music.
Hey, welcome back to the Castro Valley Compass. I'm your host, Shane Sharkey, and it's time for volunteer time, where I tell you how you can get outside and join others in making our community a better place to live. And believe it or not, we're going to be focusing on Forrester again this week, that great organization that Jan Hardesty founded, and we talked to Jan a few months back on the podcast. Really interesting organization, doing a lot of good stuff here in our community, including celebrating Earth Day. On April 19th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., you can join Forrester with fun activities for all ages, including gleaned fruit giveaways, eco-friendly crafts, seed giveaways, seedling exchange, rock painting, and learning about local sustainability efforts. That's going to be April 19th. Where is that going to be? I'm trying to see where that is. Let's see if I click on it. Stay tuned for details. Okay, so there's going to be some more details coming up. I'm not sure exactly where that is, but you should go check out the Facebook page for Forrester, and that's Forestr, Forrester, to celebrate Earth Day. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Castro Valley Compass. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye. Oh, shit, let me tell you. And that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Castro Valley Compass. If you've got any... try that again. And that's going to do it for this week's Castro Valley Compass. If you'd like to reach out and give us ideas for guests that you'd like to see on the show, please send us an email at info@castrovalleycompass.com. That's info@castrovalleycompass.com. We'd love to hear from you on any feedback or ideas that you've got for the show, especially any guests that you'd like to see us interview. So go ahead and reach out, and we hope to hear from you soon. All right, until next time, I've been Shane Sharkey. We'll see you next time on the Castro Valley Compass. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us this week on the Castro Valley Compass, navigating your week through Castro Valley. Do you have an idea for the show, or would you like to get involved? We'd love to hear from you. You can send us an email at info@castrovalleycompass.com. That's info@castrovalleycompass.com. See you next time on the Castro Valley Compass, brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music.